We are following breaking news on the charges of a retired Mountie that he is now facing. The RCMP has confirmed to CBC that the charges for 60-year-old William Majcher relate to foreign interference, but do not involve election interference. In a statement, a spokesperson says this in part. Take a look. There is no election interference in this case. Mr. Majcher would have used his vast network of contacts in Canada to obtain information or services that would benefit the People's Republic of China. His professional activities on Canadian territory would have enabled him to collect information to identify and put himself in a position of intimidation against an individual targeted by the People's Republic of China. Well, the CBC's Janice McGregor brings us more from Ottawa.
Yeah, so this is just emerging, but I'll walk you through what we know so far. This concerns William Majcher, who is 60 years old, as you say, former RCMP officer, actually a specialist, an investigator in financial crimes for the RCMP for the better part of 2 decades. But as you say, appeared in Longueuil at the courthouse today. We are seeking more court documents to see how much we can flesh this out. But for now, I can tell you by news release from C Division in Montreal, he's been charged with 2 counts under the Security of Information Act. One, the preparatory acts for the benefit of a foreign entity, and 2, conspiracy. Now, what the press release tells us about these charges is that it's related to an investigation that they launched in the fall of 2021, that Mr. Majcher allegedly used his knowledge and his network of contacts in Canada to obtain, they say, intelligence or services to benefit the People's Republic of China. And it goes on to say that it's alleged that he was contributing to the Chinese government's efforts to identify, and it says intimidate, an individual outside the scope of Canadian law. Now, our colleagues at Radio-Canada have spoken to C Division in Montreal a little bit more with some additional questions. They tell us this has nothing to do with what you might have originally thought of when you hear the words foreign interference. We know we have a number of stories around attempts to interfere with elections, target MPs. This has nothing to do with that. This appears to be a case more about kind of private sector activities. Mr. Majcher has a firm based in Hong Kong. He left the RCMP 2006, 2007, depending on kind of different sources I've consulted, had been based in Hong Kong since then, and was working as a specialist helping people not only sort of investigate financial crimes, but also advising banks, corporations on what they call risk management, basically, because he does and has specialized in financial crimes. The allegations relate, though, to activities on Canadian soil, an effort, the RCMP says, to collect information about an individual in Canada, but we don't know whether kind of the target of that individual, what their nationality was, or anything kind of about the reason why this would have been happening. But allegedly, Mr. Majcher was gathering information on behalf of China because China wanted to target this individual in Canada.